This is Cafe English from Venture English. Thanks for coming in. We'll be talking about topics that come up every day. Get your listening practice, new vocabulary, and even some useful idioms for your next conversation with friends or colleagues.
Hi everybody, I'm Paul Preston and this is Cafe English. Thanks for joining me this week outside on the veranda, taking a coffee outside. And this week, I thought that I would like to talk about a topic that seems very timely right now, especially here in Japan, which is pandemic fatigue. Pandemic fatigue. Pandemic, of course, refers to the coronavirus or COVID pandemic that we've all been experiencing worldwide throughout the past several months, over a year and a half, whatever it's been. And fatigue refers to tiredness, just becoming tired of something. And that's what's happened. People are tired of this pandemic. Well, I'm sure you are too, and I am too. And so pandemic fatigue refers to kind of the behavior of people who are tired of the pandemic. And we're really seeing it a lot here in Japan. In the last couple of months, Japan has had a state of emergency because the cases are continuing to rise. Of course, you've all experienced that various times in various places, and it is very scary. But there's an interesting response to the latest state of emergency here in Japan, which is kind of a lack of concern. The previous states of emergencies, people would be very serious. They wouldn't go outside, at the very beginning. They would stay away from everything. They wouldn't go anywhere. It was very extreme. Of course, they would wear their mask everywhere. And then it gradually sort of tapered off and people started to do more and more things. And now in this last state of emergency, I think it's been very frustrating for the government because the people don't seem to be reacting very much at all. Of course, there's a little reaction. Some people are careful, but the malls are still crowded and the restaurants are still full. And the interaction between people almost looks natural. It looks like pre-pandemic days. And that's because people are just tired of it. And I think there's another element to pandemic fatigue, which is sort of the idea that, it was scary at first, but nothing happened. I survived. I was okay. It didn't bother me. For many people, it did affect them in their families and their friends, but still the idea that if it didn't get me before, it's not going to get me now, still pervades in people's heads. This is not really true because, in fact, more and more people have it and have had it, and the increasing numbers indicate, of course, once again, an increased risk of catching the disease. So it's not exactly true that if you didn't get it before, you're probably not going to get it now. But naturally, that's what goes on, I think, in a lot of people's heads. I've thought that too, at times. And then there's just the idea that, when we started, we thought it was everywhere, but now we kind of think, it's probably not nearby here. So if I'm a little bit less careful this time, it should be fine. It only takes one time, we know that, but we reduce our guard, or we drop our guard in order to sort of try to live a normal life. But anyway, so pandemic fatigue has been a big problem. I think now, we're getting closer and closer, perhaps, we hope, to the end of this pandemic as more and more people get the vaccine. The cases are dropping substantially in many countries. Countries that have a high level of vaccine are really getting more and more back to normal life. So there is a clear indication that things are moving to the positive. We're going to get out of this. But there's still a lot of countries and a lot of people who are in danger. And so I guess we'll have to deal with it as we do. I hope that here in Japan, the vaccinations will start happening soon, and people will get vaccinated, and that'll increase the possibility of getting past the pandemic here in this country. But we've got a lot of work left ahead to do. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my observations about pandemic fatigue. This is an interesting phenomena that we haven't dealt with before. Interesting situation that we haven't seen in the past. So thank you very much for joining me this week on Cafe English, and I hope that you will join me every week, because the goal here is to practice conversation and listening skills and talking about everyday topics. I hope it's fun, it's interesting, and maybe you pick up a little vocabulary here and there, or some interesting ideas, or just some confidence to speak on topics like this. If you have an idea for how I should do Cafe English or any of the other shows for Venture English, please do let me know. You can just comment down in the comment section, or go to our website, VenturEnglish.com, VenturEnglish.com, English.com, and send me an email. Let me know anything. I'd love to hear from you. Check out our other shows on YouTube as well. Become a member on our website, or even watch or listen to our podcasts. All of this is designed to help make studying English more fun, more successful, and more enjoyable for you. So I really hope that it's working for you. And thanks a lot for joining me this week on Cafe English. See you next week. Hey, I just wanted to let you know real quick, maybe you have some concerns about how you're writing emails. We have a course for that at VenturEnglish.com. It's an email writing course. It goes through a lot of details about how to write emails, and gives you a lot of advice about how to structure, how to use the right phrases and the right words, and also how to read emails that come to you. So check out that email course at VenturEnglish.com. If that's something that you think you can use, I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, thanks for joining me this week at Cafe English. If you'd like some more English practice, why not check out some of the other programs on the Venture English channel? We feature coaching advice and study tips to improve your English. Don't forget to subscribe and come back often. You can also go to our webpage at VenturEnglish.com. Become a member for free, and maybe even try some of our courses. At Venture English, our goal is to help you speak English better.